Hello and welcome to this presentation of Sage Dashboard Designer. My name is Ara Martirossian and I'm going to show you how to create Sage dashboards using data exported using the Sage Data Exporter. So what are the main benefits of dashboards? Well, dashboards allow you to use lots of graphical widgets, so that might make it much easier for the users to be able to absorb the information quickly. They're easy to set up and you can share them with non-Sage users, i.e. non-financial users. That saves you from having to run endless reports, and having created your dashboard you can then easily export those either as a PDF or an image or an Excel spreadsheet, so you can use it and analyze it as you wish. Furthermore, you can export either the screen that you're looking at or the whole dashboard, creating yourself a report pack. The other major benefit of a dashboard is the fact that you can refresh different parts of the data at different rates. So you can do the invoices, I don't know, hourly, but the customers weekly or daily. So let's have a look at this in action. So here's Sage with the Sage data in it, and what I've done is I've used Sage Data Exporter to export it into a SQLite database. And here's my SQLite database with all the key tables here on the left-hand side. And what I've also done is added a couple of extra ones that are non-Sage tables in here. And having done that, I've then been able to create a whole load of views which basically hide the complexity of having to worry about joins or anything like that from the end user. So let's have a look at the dashboards. So here's a dashboard that ships with the product, and what I'm looking at here is the opening screen of my dashboard. Now on the left hand side what I've got is all of the data sources, and these are the tables that we looked at in SQLite as well as the views. So in this particular example what I've got is I'm using this to show me a nice little pie chart of my top 5 customer balances, my top 5 year-to-date sales by customer. I've got here a little tree view, which is also a very good way of comparing one with the other, and gauges. So that's one example of what a dashboard could look like. Here's another one. So here I've got a global map showing me where my customers are. Here's my year-to-date sales in a tree format. Now, one of the things that people always want to be able to do is to run a report and also get external data from it. So here's a list of my customers, and by clicking on the customer I can see the invoices that have been raised for that customer. Now, so here in A1D, I can see there are lots of customer invoices, and I can then just literally click on one, and that will then go and find the invoice using our hyperlink facility, so that it's very easy for, again, non-Sage users to be able to get hold of historical reports, invoices, purchase orders, and so on. Here's the stock tab. And what the stock tab allows me to do is to easily see images for those products. Again, something that's not very easy to do, but this then allows us to quickly be able to find the stock record that we're looking for. One of the most common things that we get asked for is the ability to export information to the website, things like eBay, Amazon, Shopify, and so on. And again, we can produce data like that. The dashboard can also be used to create an MRP, Materials Requirement Planning application. So here's one that we've created, which shows me all the stock records, who I normally buy them from, what I have on sales orders, what I have on purchase orders, how many is in stock, and hence what it's recommending that I should go and make or buy. I've also got information in terms of what my reordered quantities are, but also here it shows me what has been sold from that product in the last 90, 180 and 360 days. So that might also be relevant in terms of how many I make or buy going forwards. Now, to make this more interactive, I've also got the ability to exclude specific invoices, just in case it was a one-off and that's not going to be a typical sale. So I can exclude that from my MRP calculation, and down here I could exclude certain purchase orders in case, again, those are for stock. So that's another example of how this can be used. And if I then right-click on that, as mentioned before, I can export it as a PDF, an image, or an Excel spreadsheet, either for this particular widget or the entire dashboard. A couple of other things that we've got here are things like pivot tables. So here's a pivot table showing me project transactions and all the different types. I can either show all of those, or I can just go down here and pick a particular one and just show that particular transactions for that particular project. So let's create a widget. So what kind of widgets can I have? here are all the widgets that are available to me. So let's say, for example, I want to find my top 5 suppliers. What I can do is say, I'm going to create a pie chart. So what I do is I click on the pie button. That has now created a placeholder for my pie. So the next thing I need to do is decide on what I'm going to put in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here and look at my Sage suppliers. And I'll now pick the account reference and my year-to-date turnover, how much I've purchased from those suppliers. That's great, but it's got too much information. I'm only interested in my top 5 suppliers. So what I can do here is just go in here and say, give me my top 5. And there we are. I've immediately got it as a pie chart. But if I don't like it as a pie chart, I can then immediately convert that to another format. So it might be easier for me to see it as an ordinary chart. Dead easy. Now, one of the other things I can also do is, I'll now delete that. One of the benefits of the dashboard is very easy for it to sort and filter. Here's my audit tables. And let's say I'm interested in sales credits. I can easily filter on just the sales credits. Now, the sales credits I might want for a particular customer, so I can then again go down here and say, I don't know, it's A1D is what I'm interested in. There we are. So I can now see all the sales credits for that particular customer. I can just as easily take that off and say, show me all of those, but now sort them by account reference in ascending or descending order, or by invoice number. And that is available in all of the grids. So there's no need to specifically go and create specific filters or sorts. So very easy to use. I hope you found that presentation of Sage Dashboard Designer of interest. Please feel free to contact us to discuss your requirements and to arrange a free trial. Thank you.